obviously Xavier gone and then Marcus out. Just what does the big picture of that receiver room look like for you, and who are some other guys that might get some opportunities as you try to kind of develop that open rotation?
Yes, sir. You know, I'm excited because of the amount of reps we're getting. You know, we're splitting 2 fields. Coach Roll's done an amazing job with the practice schedule. So you're seeing some young guys really develop. You know, the early ones are Jalen Lloyd, Malachi Coleman, Jaden Doss, Bryce, and Jeremiah. They're having a really good camp. And then we're kind of seeing Alex Bullock burst onto the scene a little bit, Ty Hahn, IGC, Billy Kemp, Josh Fleeks. You know, the guys in that room are RDV guys and guys we want to go win with.
How have you seen Josh get up to speed since he was late coming to camp?
Oh, I mean, we're moving him around because he's so dynamic with the football. So the mental's kind of a little bit more, but he's attacking it. You know, he's obviously a great competitor. That's one thing that you can always say about Josh. And he's doing a great job. He's having a good camp. He's made a few plays that you're like, whoa, you know. So
did Xavier's situation take you by surprise? I mean, what was your reaction? Did you see it coming?
Not really. I love Xavier. Once you're a part of our family, you're a part of my family for life. He's got my number. If he ever needs anything, he can reach out to me. With all due respect, though, I kind of want to talk about the guys in that room right now. I think they deserve that with all the work they're putting in right now.
Hey, Garret, how essential has Billy Kemp been for that group and just what he's added, the intangibles, the experience, and everything that it brings for you?
It's easy to talk about the on-the-field stuff, but it's more impressive when you talk about the off-the-field stuff. You're talking about a guy that's in his 6th year. He's caught about 182 balls in college, and you talk about just his pre-practice habits, how much he's in there in the training room, how he fuels his body, right? He's gained about 17 pounds since he got here in December, which is just a testament to, hey, I want to change my body and be a bigger football player. And so once the young guys can see how he works off the field, I think that's the biggest part about BK.
How much does he impact others on the team at that position and even other positions on the offense?
You know, on Saturday, you know, I'm like, hey, guys are looking around for you to go make a play. And so we're kind of challenging him to be that kind of catalyst in that room because he can. You know, he can change a football game. And just his natural competitiveness and edge is what makes him so special, in my opinion.
How do you kind of know that a young guy's got a chance to help you right away? I mean, when does it kind of click for you as a coach that this guy can kind of do it for you?
Watching him move around, but then the guys that don't flinch, you know, because right now you got to imagine they're 18 years old, their head is spinning, they're still trying to find out where to go to the training table at, and they also got to learn football. So it's a lot, but those guys that don't flinch and just kind of attack it head on, and you know, you see the talent that they show, which got him here.
When would you like to get Marcus Washington back in going? Kind of what's his realistic timeline to start getting some reps?
I don't know his realistic timeline. You probably have to ask Coach. I know that when he's ready to go, you know, he's gonna pick up right where he left off in that Iowa game, and he's ready. He's gonna. It'll be a big factor this year.
Even though he can't necessarily get on the field right now, how have you seen him kind of help the other guys, the young ones, off the field, whether that's in the meeting rooms or when you're just going over playbooks and stuff?
Marcus is probably one of the best teammates in that room. You know, he wants to be a leader. He wants to be a model to those young guys for what to do and what not to do. Obviously, a guy that has been through 2 programs, 5th year. He's seen a lot. But you watch him out there. He's coaching. He's right next to me. He's in my hip pocket. Wants to know every play. Wants to be around the guys. Wants to be around the 11-on-11. Like, he can't stand going to the pit and all that. So he's fighting to get out of the pit. But Marcus is such a good teammate. He's such a good leader.
Garret, how'd you feel your group performed in the scrimmage on Saturday?
Besides probably the pre-snap procedures, you know, you kind of saw some warts in the offense. Just the first time all being together. But when it comes to the competitiveness, the toughness on the perimeter, I think we got better there. Catching the football, we got better there. We're improving in that aspect. So I'm pleased. You know, we talked about getting one better and getting one better in preparation for 8:31. And I think we did on Saturday, and shoot, we did today. Oh, I mean, it's this offense, you know, it could be a lot at first. You know, especially when you're coming in the summer and you're kind of getting a little overwhelmed just from, you know, being a college athlete, being a student and an athlete. But the guys, they're taking it head on. You know, we're still pumping in volume and volume and you know, they're attacking it. That's one thing about those guys is their work ethic on and off the field is very, very impressive.
It wasn't that long ago you were in those shoes, right? What was the biggest challenge for you? So where does your empathy go most?
Oh, it's just the verbiage, right? You know, everyone runs the same plays. Like you watch Jaden Doss, he's running a pass concept, and we get in the film room, and I'm like, hey, you ran that in high school, didn't you? And he's like, yes. And I was like, well, yeah, that's why it looks different. You know, I was like, what'd you call it in high school? Okay, then just use that. You know, it's just the verbiage because, you know, we all run the same plays, right? And in our world, it's players, not plays.
What about run blocking? Is that something that the younger guys have kind of had to adjust to too?
Well, you know, that's trying to be our brand of football. You know, we talk about being RDV, relentless, disciplined, and violent, and we want to be violent on the perimeter, and we want to be violent when we catch the football. But the first one is violent on the perimeter, and so they saw those older guys. They saw Ty Hahn, Alex Bullock, you know, Marcus, Billy. They saw them on the perimeter kind of stick their face in it, and, you know, it kind of showed them, hey, this is how we do things.
Garret, Coach Rule mentioned at the beginning of camp, he was just talking about how hard everybody on staff has worked, and he singled you out, said you hadn't taken any time off all through the offseason. I don't know if that's, you know, an exaggeration or if it's accurate, but what has this whole grind been like for you up through the offseason and through camp? Like, I mean, are you giving yourself, like, how do you prevent, like, burning out?
I don't treat this as work. I see Dr. Elza back there. Every day I show up to work, I don't view it as work. I get to work with Marcus Satterfield, Coach Rule, Coach Donnie, Coach Martin. I see Dr. Elza, you know, who I've known since I was a very, very little kid. And so I don't view it as work. You know, it is the most fun I've ever had in my life, especially just being around the people here. It's just such a special staff to me.
Speaking of Coach Martin, what have you seen from him since he, you know, was promoted into his career?
Yes, ma'am. You know, he's a ball coach. He didn't skip a beat. He's a ball coach, and the thing about him is he was kind of plug in and play, and he's working his tail off. And those guys have responded to him, and they're building a culture in that room.
How similar are you guys, though? Both sons of legendary kind of Texas high school football coaches. You guys have a lot in common when you talk about life.
Oh my gosh, yes. Do you know we grew up ball boys? We grew up under the coach's desk. His family was here this past weekend, and you know, they're some of the greatest people in the world, and so, you know, we've become very, very good friends since being here.
You said Bullock's going to come out of nowhere. What's he showing you since you've been here to kind of get that position?
Coming out of nowhere, probably not the right thing to say. You know, he showed up every day, showing up every day, and he's busted his tail. He's just consistent, obviously very disciplined, and, you know, he plays with the style of football that we want to play. You know, he caught a backside dig in the scrimmage, you know, goes up over the middle, plays with length, and, you know, that's what we want to play with.
You guys seem a little bit more refreshed today, coming back and being at home in a couple days, getting to sleep in their own beds.
Right, yeah. The day off, you know, always usually scares you as a coach, right? You know, because guys tend to kind of relax a little bit. But the challenge for them in this week is, even though they're at home, their preparation still has to stay the same. They got to go to bed at the same hour. They need to make sure they're still getting up at the same hour. Because obviously, when you're at home, it's a lot more comfortable, kind of getting a little 30 minutes extra sleep in the morning. But the challenge is, hey, go home and you know, get back up here, get in the tubs, and recover.
Like week 3 of fall camp, you kind of have to keep the energy up a little bit more than maybe what you were a couple weeks ago.
I don't know. You know, the guys, and I keep saying our staff, you know, we have so much fun here, and the guys make it fun, and we got some natural competitors. I'll tell you what, that quarterback room, you know, they have some juice. Coach Sad obviously has an unbelievable amount of energy. They kind of, you know, they can ramp up a practice pretty quick.
Around 8:31, what do you want to get done before Minnesota as a group collectively?
I'm sorry, excuse me.
What do you want to get done before August 31st? What do you think you got to progress?
Honestly, if we get one better up until 8:31, I think we have 10 or 11 practices left. Then we'll be right where we want to be. And then throughout the season, you know, this isn't a sport that you can maintain. We want to get one better on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so that Saturday it has the same intensity as a Tuesday practice for us.
Back to his question, where does your energy come from?
Spark. No, seriously. It goes back to, I'm so excited once my feet hit the floor to come up here and be around this staff, be around Ty Hahn, be around Alex Bullock, Billy Kemp, Josh Fleeks, and pour into them and them pour into me. They make me a better coach and make me a better person.
Anything else?
Alrighty, thank you.